Hey guys, so in this video I want to share with you my top picks from men for 2022. We'll cover it all, any age, any situation, any occasion you could think of. We'll have very popular fragrances as well as some new 2022 releases. Let me know if you would like to see more videos like this one, because on this channel I focus mainly on unisex and women's fragrances, but I have so many men's fragrances. So yeah, give a thumbs up, support my channel, subscribe to more videos like this one, and let's get into it. And let's start this video with a beast fragrance. This is a beast fragrance that will stay on your skin for 20+ hours, but it's very versatile for any age, any situation, any occasion. Such a great fragrance that you should definitely add into your collection. Any man that I gave this fragrance to, like I decanted this fragrance a lot, they wanted to buy a bottle. This is how good this fragrance is. So this is Ocean of a Midnight Moon by Simone Andreoli. So it has some aromatic nuances, woodsy nuances, also marine notes. It has juniper berries, fir, leather, like leather in the base. You can definitely smell it, but it's a very woodsy fragrance with those marine notes. It has seawater, some citruses, a little bit of mint. So it's fresh for any occasion, any situation you could think of. You apply it in the morning, you smell it in the evening or on your clothes like after 1 week. An amazing fragrance. So this was Ocean of a Midnight Moon. The next fragrance, like this bottle, this is a Barbie pink bottle, but the fragrance is very fresh, spicy and citrusy, woodsy and floral. So this is your floral fragrance for a man that doesn't smell feminine leaning. Like, don't think this color is for ladies. This is a beast fragrance, and this is BB by CANTO, and this is the 2022 release. So the perfumer is Paolo Trenzi, and let me tell you, the complexity in his fragrances. He is like the master perfumer, and I love his fragrances. This one is no exception. On a man, this fragrance and this bottle is nothing like what the juice is inside. It's so fresh, spicy and citrusy, and yet complex in the base, and in the mid stages you can definitely smell the flowers, but it's like made really in a unisex and a little bit more masculine leaning way. If you buy this fragrance, trust me, you won't smell like a lady. I love the color. It's so contrasting to the fragrance. You would expect something totally sweet and feminine leaning, and then you smell it and you're like, yes, these are the flowers that are for men, not for a lady. So we definitely have there the Bulgarian rose, some ylang-ylang, but then lots of citruses, bitter orange, some lavender, some pepper, then oak moss, birch, and sandalwood. So it's a complex fragrance. You have there the woodsy nuances, then the flowers. But trust me, when you'll smell it, you'll know this is a men's fragrance. So yeah, this was BB by CANTO. The next fragrance that I adore is for the lovers of Oud Wood by Tom Ford, but this one, I think it's maybe by the same perfumer, but this one, it's a little bit more ambery and slightly longer lasting. So this is ZAURAC by Spirit of Kings. What a beautiful fragrance. If you enjoy woodsy fragrances with some oud, with some aromatic nuances like cardamom, then some citrus, pepper, vanilla, and amber, you need this fragrance. It's like really like Oud Wood by Tom Ford, but the dry down gets a little bit more ambery, a little bit more vanillic, a little bit more cuddly, appropriate for winter. I wear this fragrance too. I love masculine leaning fragrances. I wear them. That's why I have so many in my collection. But this one on men, this is so sexy, seductive, but then the profile, it's very subdued, not too loud. This is a fragrance that I just adore. My man loves this fragrance. He wears it, and yeah, it's just so beautiful. So yeah, that was ZAURAC by Spirit of Kings. The next fragrance that I just adore. This is a freshie that I say this is your like different freshie. Normally I would say go to Sephora, buy your freshie, spend no more than $70 on a fresh fragrance, but this one is different. It's close to my heart. I wear it. I always get compliments. This is a long-lasting freshie. So this is Musk Panache by MAISON REBATCHI. What a beautiful honeysuckle, iris, some bitter oranges, woodsy nuances, musky nuances in the base. It's really a complex fragrance for any situation, and don't be fooled by this bottle. It's not feminine leaning. It's just an amazing fragrance for any situations, like high class, diplomatic fragrance, but also to the gym, on a date night. Just try it. You'll see MAISON REBATCHI has some of the smoothest fragrances. I tried all of their fragrances in a sample set, and I chose this one. So Musk Panache, this is my favorite. Love it a lot. So the next fragrance that is a must-have is, the bottle is so ugly. The bottle is so ugly, it's so old, but I still love it on man. Like, it couldn't get any more barbershop like. So this is Masculine Pluriel by MFK. You see let's have a look like what the bottle looks like. This is such an old bottle, and I decanted this fragrance. I gave a decant to my sister's boyfriend, and he bought a full bottle. Like, you know this fragrance, but it's still a must-have. Versatile for any situation, any occasion. A beautiful lavender, like a barbershop fragrance that I will never be bored of. It doesn't matter that it's old. I just love it on men, and this is a masculine fragrance. It works in any situation and never disappoints. So yeah, MFK Masculine Pluriel. The next fragrance is for the lovers of patchouli. Now, I'm not a fan of that warm, spicy, powdery, dry, cacao-like smelling patchouli like Psychedelic by Javoy. I know that fragrance is very hyped up when it comes to patchouli, but I don't like that one. I love earthy patchouli, a little bit fruity, woody, and this is a highly underrated patchouli. So this is AUBE RUBIS by Atelier de Zoa. This fragrance is everything when it comes to patchouli. It's fruity, it's very earthy, it's woody, it smells just like patchouli. Patchouli with some fruity nuances, and the sweetness comes from black currants. So this is, as I say, a highly underrated patchouli. If you're looking for a sexy fragrance where you will smell just like women will turn their heads, this is that fragrance, AUBE RUBIS. I love this fragrance a lot. I save it for some special moments. It has an eternal longevity. It smells the whole day on my skin, forever on my clothes, and it also has the gold in it. So if you have maybe a black coat, it will stay on your coat, you know. So just keep that in mind. It's earthy, then it's fruity, playful, sexy. So, you know, it has the earthy profile, like a masculine leaning fragrance, but then the addition of blackcurrant makes it just sexy and fruity, seductive. So yeah, AUBE RUBIS by Atelier de Zoa. The next fragrance that I adore is my favorite warm, spicy, aromatic fragrance. If you love woody notes, cardamom, then you need this fragrance. It is so amazing. My husband always steals this fragrance from me, and this is DESIRTOXIC by M.MICALLEF. A fragrance that I adore. I adore this fragrance a lot, and I do have a 10% discount code in the description box. But this fragrance is, yes, it's unisex, but I love it, especially on men. And as I said, I wear masculine leaning fragrances or straight up men's fragrances. DESIRTOXIC. Warm, aromatic, seductive, woody. With the cardamom, it's that fragrance that I never get bored of. I love it on a man. If you love Sauvage Elixir, I love that fragrance. Then you need this one. They go in the same direction, but they have like some slight differences. It could be a night out fragrance, a sexy fragrance. You know, what do you call it? Like panty dropper fragrance, but also to the office during winter. So yeah, as I said, a must-have. So yeah, that was M.MICALLEF. Let's do something that you might know. So the first fragrance, this is a sample, and it's NAXOS from XERJOFF. So this fragrance, yes, is that honeyed tobacco with lavender. And this fragrance is unisex, but I love it especially on men. And I never bought a full bottle just because, I don't know. There's something in this fragrance that I don't enjoy on me, but I love it on men, especially on men during winter and fall. NAXOS is a must-have. Every YouTube blogger keeps raving about this fragrance, and I still have only a sample. I don't use it. I have used up, you know, I still have there something, and I never felt like I would use it on me. I love it on men. NAXOS is that fragrance, like a false must-have fragrance for men, also during winter. You know, the tobacco, the honey, a little bit of lavender, some woody nuances. So yeah, NAXOS. And the next fragrance from XERJOFF that I adore is 40 Knots, but I love it especially on men, so that's why I didn't buy a full bottle. I have a sample and I'm good. But this is that marine, like long-lasting fragrance with some salty nuances, green notes, woody notes, cedar. So this is a simple fragrance, but it works. I love it. There are similar fragrances in Sephora, but this one is very good. It's not just a summery fragrance, it's a versatile fragrance. If you're looking for something with salty nuances, green notes, with those woody nuances, where it feels like it's summery, but then it's also all year round appropriate because it has lots of those woody nuances, then 40 Knots is that fragrance. So yeah, so these were two fragrances from XERJOFF. Let's now move on to the next fragrance, and this is a must-have pretty much for any gender, any situation, any weather, but I love it especially on men, and especially during summer. This is such a sexy and seductive fragrance, and yet it's very subdued and versatile. So this is GANYMEDE. I love it on ladies, but as I said, there's something about this fragrance, those mineral notes, a little bit of that leather, some osmanthus, fruity nuances, where, you know, I cannot resist a man wearing this fragrance. It's long lasting. It projects during summer like crazy, and on men, this is a magical combination, a complex fragrance and nothing that has been done before. It's original, and that's what I love about it. Also, as I said, it's long lasting. So yeah, this was Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. So the next fragrance that I love, and this is that beautiful, complex, sexy fragrance that is again a little bit subdued and appropriate pretty much for any weather. And it has some cypress, incense, cardamom, cinnamon, then sandalwood, musk, and cedar. So this is VIDIAN number 1. VIDIAN number 1 is a beautiful, beautiful subdued cinnamon with that incense and cypress. I love cypress in fragrances. You get mostly cypress in men's fragrances, and that's why I wear men's fragrances. I love cypress. Here you have lots of it, but it's not overwhelming. It has the cardamom, it has the cinnamon, so it's warm, spicy, then it's aromatic, it's woody, a little bit musky. It's such an interesting fragrance. The warm, spicy nuances with the aromatic ones. If I compare it to M.MICALLEF, this one is also aromatic and warm, spicy, but here you have the cannabis and cardamom. It's a little bit warmer, like really winter appropriate and sexy, more fluffy and cozy, if you know what I mean. And VIDIAN number 1 has the cypress in it, so it's a little bit more versatile, not just winter appropriate, so for any weather, any situation, occasion. And I love it also on me, but on men, oh, this is so beautiful. If you love cypress and cardamom and cinnamon and warm, spicy, aromatic fragrances, then try VIDIAN number 1, a highly underrated fragrance, and it's also long lasting. That was VIDIAN. Let's do a 2022 release, and this is that warm, spicy, woody, citrusy vanilla. So this is Stereotype by Giardino BENESSERE. The bottle, it's amazing. It's that vibrant green color, and in the notes you have Calabrian bergamot, and then some Brazilian orange, cardamom, ginger, vanilla, musk, a little bit of some oud, Paris sage, artemisia, and coriander. So it's a complex fragrance, but in the end you get citrusy, a little bit green vanilla, but then it's warm, spicy, and aromatic. Love this fragrance. It's so versatile. Smells really uplifting, refreshing, sexy, youthful. This is like a fragrance to the gym, also to the office. You know the name, in the name you have Stereotype. So this is like your typical man's fragrance. Yes, this is it, but it's not boring. It's complex, it's uplifting, fresh, sexy, youthful, as I said. So yeah, love this one a lot. I use it sometimes too, but I love it especially, like, let's say on my man. So yeah, that was the first one. The next one from Giardino BENESSERE is a little bit more diplomatic, more high class, more like classic. It's old school made modern, and this is your woody white floral fragrance. So this is Mr. Colonia. So Mr. Colonia, it's really elegant, high class, CEO type of a fragrance. In the dry down, it gets a little bit more woody and powdery. So you see like the direction of a classic fragrance, it gets a bit more powdery, woody, white floral. It really smells like a man's fragrance. I wouldn't wear this fragrance on me. So this fragrance is maybe for more like mature man. If you're 30 plus, 40, 50, 60, this fragrance would be amazing. So Mr. Colonia, it has those Colonia by Acqua di Parma vibes. I have that fragrance too, but I didn't want to feature this fragrance in the video. You know, everybody knows that fragrance, but Mr. Colonia goes in the same direction as Acqua di Parma Colonia. So yeah, that was Mr. Colonia. Now the last two fragrances, or actually one. So I wanted to feature Harriet by Parfums de Marly. Yes, it's unisex, but I love it on men too. But the longevity is now the latest batch coat. It lasts on my skin for 1 hour, then it's gone. But the one fragrance that I will always love on men, always, 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 is Pegasus. Pegasus by Parfums de Marly, you know, it's that almondy, it has bitter almonds, so it's that smooth almondy vanilla with some heliotrope. It's powdery and so long lasting. There's something so sexy about this fragrance. This would be my clubbing or night out fragrance. A fragrance that if a man wore this fragrance, I would turn my head just because I love almondy vanillas on a man. So yeah, that was Pegasus. And the last fragrance in this video is a 2022 release, and this fragrance, this is that versatile, aromatic, citrusy, and fresh, spicy lavender. So this is Affari by Milano Fragranze. And this is a beautiful, summery, versatile, all year round, long-lasting fragrance. It smells so green, bitter, citrusy, a little bit aromatic, and then woody. The lavender isn't too pronounced. I don't like lavender on a woman. I love it on a man. Here we have the geranium, some vetiver with patchouli, with some gaiac wood. It's bright, it's uplifting, versatile, a little bit bitter and aromatic. So this is what I love about this fragrance. It's not your flat, freshy. So let's say this one, Musk Panache by Maison REBATCHI. It's that refined, very smooth, very elegant, like a businessman type of a fragrance that is actually unisex, and I love it on women too. But this one, it's really a little bit more masculine leaning with the fresh, spicy nuances. With the cardamom, it has the slightest sweetness in the openings from blackcurrant, but it's really not even detectable. So the geranium and lavender works in every situation. I would say like this fragrance could be 30 or 40 plus, not too classic and not too modern, definitely not a clubbing fragrance. I would see it more on a man in a suit, you know, to the office after a gym. So that type of a versatile fragrance. So yeah, that was PIAZZA AFFARI by Milano Fragranze. And that was a quick selection of some fragrances that I would enjoy on a man this year. So let me know if you know these fragrances, if you have them, and see you next time. Bye bye.